Om Shanti. Today Baba is talking about using the full stop of drama, using the point of drama. And you see that every scene in the drama is that which repeats itself every 5,000 years. And when we are presented with a scene, whatever is the quality of the scene. So when I'm presented with a scene and then that scene passes, so that scene becomes the past, then the scene goes, but the scene has become a thing of the past. It doesn't exist anymore. But do our thoughts also stop? Or we keep thinking about that which happened, that which is now the past. And you see that if it was a scene of failure, if it was a scene of loss, then the loss is over, the failure is over. But we keep thinking about it and we keep creating a destiny of further failure and loss. Yes, so Baba says that whenever we are presented with a scene, we do whatever we can do in it, but once it is over and past, just put a full stop to it. And just think about it as neither good nor bad, but just a scene in drama. Yes, don't assign meanings to it. And if at all we need to assign a meaning, then think of it as a beneficial scene. Baba says every scene is good, every scene is beneficial, kalyankari. So think about it like that. Just tell yourself that even if I don't understand what is the good in it, it is still good. And Baba says that this is a very important practice because there is something called physical loss, and then there is a loss of your own stage. And physical loss is just a momentary loss. But if you lose your inner stage because of that, that's a permanent loss. And if you can hold on to your inner stage in the face of a physical loss, then that elevated stage can attract many successes in the future. So this is a law that Baba is teaching us, and Baba says that you must use the point of drama and also teach others how to use the point of drama. Yes, so, and it is very interesting that yesterday there was this one sister, and she's not into Gyan, she has not even taken the course. So she had visited the center, and she was asking me that what is your practice? And I understand that we cannot understand everything in one session, but just tell me one thing that you would like to tell me today. So it so happened that this is the same thing that we discussed yesterday. And I was telling her that, Baba gives us this amazing knowledge that I am a soul and I see through the eyes, I hear through the ears, and I have a choice how I want to see things, how I want to hear things. Because earlier we thought that It is the scene that determines my feeling or thought or emotion. But now you understand that I'm a soul and I'm seeing the scene. So I am the creator of my own, scene. So I can create whatever I want. I can create the scene in my inner world the way I want. And this is why Baba gives us tools like using the knowledge of the soul or the knowledge of the drama or the knowledge of Baba being with me. And when we use these points of knowledge, our perception of a scene changes drastically. And I told her that when I'm in a scene, I'm a knowledgeful soul. I know that I want to be peaceful, loveful, joyful. I want to be in my original quality. So I perceive a scene that in such a way that it makes me feel peaceful and joyful. So she told me, but isn't that self-deception? So if a scene is, that of loss or failure or something, then if you are just telling yourself that it's a good scene, then is it not deceiving yourself? Is it not giving yourself false information? So then I told her that, you see, when we are presented with a scene, we do whatever we can in it. But when it has passed, you cannot do anything about it. So if you think about it as a scene of failure, it only causes hurt to you. If you think about it as a scene of sorrow, it is creating hurt and regret in you. So I want to feel the feelings of an original soul. And nobody is asking me not to learn from a scene or not to grow further. So if I understand that, in this scene I failed, and why I failed is because I lacked this quality or I didn't make effort or whatever. So next time I keep that experience and learning with me. But I don't look at this scene as a scene of failure, but I look at it as a scene of learning and experience. So when you cross every scene like this, then you see your state stays elevated. Your inner stage is very elevated. And when your inner stage is elevated, then even if you have met some temporary failure or some temporary loss, your inner stage will attract much more success and attainment in the future, because you attract as you are. So do not spoil who you are or what you are because of what happened. And it is very important that we understand that the drama and every scene in the drama is meant to, is there so that we do better in future. So every scene in the drama is pushing us towards something better. But because we do not trust the drama, and because we do not put a full stop to all the negative thoughts and the why and the, how, so all the question marks that come up, because we engage in this cycle of vicious thinking where you're questioning the scene and then creating a lot of sorrow and disappointment and other stuff. Because we keep doing that, that's why we are not taking advantage of the drama. That's why every scene is not able to uplift us, because we are not learning, we are not growing, we are creating regret and sorrow about the past. But if we just took every scene as a kalyankari scene and we thought about it as something that's happening because of a reason. And we took that information, we took that learning, we took that experience, and we did not think about the scene as a bad scene or didn't question why it happened to me, because you only question when you are unhappy. Do you question when you are happy? You don't question a scene when you're happy. So you're questioning it because you're unhappy about it. And when you stop questioning and you start understanding, you start trying to understand, what is this scene teaching me? So you stop asking why is it happening to me, but you start asking what is it trying to teach me. And then you are able to keep your stage intact and elevated and use the scene to, for the learning and experience and do better tomorrow. And Baba says, not just do this for yourself, but teach everybody also, because Baba tells us that just like you understand the power of the soul, you understand the power of being Baba's child, you also understand the power of using the knowledge that drama is beneficial for me. Yes, so this knowledge that the drama is designed for me, the drama is not designed against me, it's designed in my favor. This knowledge, when you hold in your buddhi, it gives you immense power. And have you seen, there are some people who or keep saying that, my destiny doesn't favor me, or everything that happens around me just makes my life messier and more troublesome. So that is an indication of not trusting the drama. But if you develop faith, so just like you see, Baba says faith in Baba, faith in the self. Similarly, you must have faith in the drama, that everything is happening for me. It's not happening to me. It's happening for my betterment. It's happening so that I can grow and I can do better. So if that is how you see it, then you will feel that you are growing with drama, and drama is also becoming an instrument for your growth, not just Baba. And Baba tells us that we must share this knowledge of the drama with everyone else also. So this is one thing. And then today Baba says that I change you from a human to a deity, and Ravan changes you from a deity to a human. And Baba also tells us that, so you see that there are many people who say that God does everything. So God does the good and God does the bad also. But Baba says, no, there are two forces. I am God, I am Shiv Baba, and there is Ravan also. And I am the one who comes and I play my part in Sangam Yug, just like I am playing it right now. And then I change you from an ordinary human to a deity. And then Ravan changes you from a deity to an ordinary human, or in fact a devil. So that's what Ravan does from the Copper Age. So how does Baba change us from a beggar to a prince, and how does Ravan change us from a prince to a beggar? This is the secret that only we children understand. And you see, the first thing is, what we believe decides how we behave. Yes, and Baba comes and tells us the truth about who I am, who is with me, and the truth about the drama, the truth about my potential, my capacities. And what does Ravan do? Ravan makes us doubt ourselves. Yes. So Baba gives us the Shrimat, and you see that when Baba comes, first time we hear that the original nature of the soul is knowledge, purity, peace, love, happiness, bliss, and power. Up until now, what had we heard? We had heard the original quality of the soul is ego and lust. At least that's what psychology says. Psychology tells you that every human being is designed to be egoistic and lustful. And these things you can't conquer. So this is what psychology will tell you. Or you see, science will tell you that every person is a survivor and you have to compete and survive. And in that, survival of the fittest is the theory of science, and they will tell you that you have to push everyone around you and survive. And have you seen the survivor mentality? So there are many souls who have bought into this knowledge of Ravan, that I have to be a survivor, and then they don't mind doing whatever it takes for them to survive. And there is no trace of love and compassion and empathy in them, because they think that, I'm meant to survive. This is like an animal kingdom and you have to survive. And then what do you become with that kind of programming in you, when you believe that it's your duty to survive, and even if it takes to kill everybody around you so that you can survive, you do that without any regret. Because you see, people tell you that, and I remember there was this one story that is told in management classes. And in management classes, they tell you that there's a lion or a tiger running after you, and there are two friends after which the lion is running. And when there are two friends after whom the lion is running, one friend starts running very fast, and then the second friend asks, why are you running so fast? Do you think you can run faster than the animal? So he says, no, I don't have to run faster than the animal. I have to run faster than you, because so that he eats you and I am left alive. So these are the stories that they teach in the world. And if you learn from the world, then what do you become? You become somebody who throws anybody under the bus to save themselves. And this is what the world tells you we are designed to be like. And Baba tells us that, and even mythology or our scriptures don't help, because our scriptures will also tell you that if you remembered God very much, then you will receive the powers to destroy another person. But you will not receive the power to become a good human being. So in the scriptures also we read that Ravan was a very big Bhagat. Now if Ravan was a very big Bhagat, and he was such a good Bhagat that he was given many boons and many blessings, then why was he still Ravan? Why was he still his, vicious self? So even bhakti doesn't help, because bhakti also tells you that if you remembered God very much, then you will become very powerful. They don't tell you that you will become empowered. So there's a difference between being empowered and being powerful. So when you talk about being powerful, it's always about being powerful over the other. and being empowered is being powerful, as in realizing your own powerful self. Yes, so there's a very big difference, because when you are empowered, you don't feel the need to control the other, and you are not controlled by the other. So you move beyond the need to control and the quality that makes you controllable. So you are not under the control of your senses, or you're not under the control of people, places, things, just like we are right now. So being empowered is about being Prakriti Jeet and Maya Jeet. So the control of vices and the control of matter, you rise above that control. And that is the state of being empowered, which Baba tells us is the true fruit of belonging to Baba. But Bhakti will tell you that if you remembered God very much, if you did a lot of puja bhakti, then you will become powerful, as in you will be able to control everybody so much that they can't control you. But that's not the way. So you see that in the whole world, the knowledge that we receive about our own selves is pretty distorted. And then Baba comes and gives us the knowledge of the self, that you, the soul, are made in the image of God. So Baba is the ocean of purity, peace, love, joy, happiness, bliss, power. And you are also an embodiment of all these qualities and powers. And Baba says that all that you had been seeking outside, because you see, Ravan makes us very convinced that everything that you need will come from outside. And Baba says, you just stabilize yourself in your Swadharma. Take a moment and just sit in the awareness of how powerful, how peaceful, how loveful, how joyful you are. And sit in the awareness of your Father, who is the ocean of virtues and powers, and your self will be full. You don't need to beg to people, places, and things to give you love and peace and joy. So this is a very big shift that happens when we understand the knowledge that Baba gives us. And this is why you see, Baba tells us that only you children will become deities. Yes, and you see, then the world tells you that it is a very egoistic statement, because how can you say that others will not go to Satyug? Yes, but it is okay to say that only those who go to the medical college will become doctors, but it is not okay to say that only those who belong to Baba will become deities. So just like you see, Baba tells us that just like you study to become a doctor and an engineer, you have to study to become a deity, because Baba gives us the knowledge and the understanding which enables us to become a deity. And definitely those who are studying and understanding will only become deities, because just like you cannot become a doctor without going to the medical college, even if you and these days people are becoming doctors on Google. Yes, so so I remember, you see, there was this one sister, and she shared something very interesting during the lockdown. She said that before the lockdown, she was studying to be a dentist, and she said that we were going to have our practicals, and just then the lockdown started. So I said, then how will you have practicals now? Only when the lockdown ends can you have practicals. So she said, no, we are having it on Zoom. So I said, are you operating on teeth on Zoom? So are you really performing, root canals on Zoom? So she said, yes, that's how they are teaching us. And then when the lockdown finished, and then she went back to college, and then I asked her, so did that Zoom class help, and could you perform an operation? So she said that was very different from what I thought it would be like. So you see, similarly, Baba says that sometimes, and this is why Baba says you have to be a BK who doesn't miss study, and you have to be somebody who learns and, churns and understands and does everything, because this is a very new study. It's not something that you can just learn like that. So Baba says you cannot become a deity without being a Brahmin. And what is a Brahmin? So a Brahmin or a BK is somebody who has this lifestyle which revolves around knowledge, yoga, and purity. And if you don't have your life around these principles that Baba teaches you, then how can you become a deity? So Baba gives us the first understanding of who I am and what am I like. And the second understanding that Baba gives us is about himself. And you see, if you ask in the world today, the only relationship, if at all, that exists between people and God is the relationship of a beggar and a giver. Yes, so, or a savior and somebody who's asking to be saved. So people only remember God as a beggar, or as or God is the savior and protector, and I'm the one drowning in the sea. So, but Baba tells us that you are not that. You are my child. And this is a very big thing that Baba teaches us, because we always thought, and you see all our prayers are designed like that, that you are almighty and I am nothing. You are the ocean of peace, I am peaceless. You are the ocean of virtues, I am the one without virtues. But Baba says, no, you are my child, you are just like me. And Baba says, about me also there is a lot of misinformation. And the most prominent ones are God punishes, God gives sorrow, yes, or God doesn't. And there are some people who will say, what problem does God have with me? Why is he always doing wrong with me? So God does wrong with you, God punishes you, God gives you sorrow. So Baba says, I don't do all of these things. I'm neither the one who brings the dead to life. I don't do that also. I'm not a magician, and I'm not somebody who gives you sorrow or who gives you pain or who does bad things. I'm the one who is your parent. I only do good for you. You are made in my image, and I am the one always sustaining you and making you like me. So with that knowledge, when we start relating to Baba, when we start remembering Baba as he is, then we start, rising above. Otherwise, what happens is we are always having yoga not with Baba but with our idea of God, which is very distorted. And when we are having yoga with our idea of God, then that is pulling us down instead of, elevating us. So Baba says, I give you this knowledge, and then I also tell you that the whole drama is designed in your favor. And you must understand that in all the scenes of the drama, you are the hero actor. Do you understand that? When it is the first scene in the drama, you are the king and queen in Satyug. Even when the corporate starts, your idols are worshipped. And when Sangam Yug comes, I come and meet you. And this whole, so you see, it's Kali Yug for everybody, but it's Sangam Yug for you. And it's for you, this Yug is so beneficial because when you gain, you gain. When you lose, you learn. So it's a very good yuga because now you can understand the meaning of every scene and you can derive benefit from every scene because now I have taught you how to do that. Yes, earlier we thought that, so earlier what was our relationship with every scene? So if a scene was favorable, we felt happy. If it was unfavorable, we felt bad. But now, as a knowledgeful soul, you understand that favorable scenes give you happiness and unfavorable scenes give you power. And happiness is fleeting, power is more long lasting. And I understand from my own life experience that when you have faced and overcome an unfavorable scene, then you see the drama loses power over you. So if you have faced a scene of humiliation and you have passed it by using your humility, then no further scene of humiliation has any power over you. Yes, because now any future scene of humiliation is just like child's play for you because you've learned how to cross it. So Baba gives us this understanding, and then Baba also gives us the understanding that I am a soul and the whole recording is there in me. And I have the seed stage, the deity stage, all the sanskaras of those states still embedded in me. Yes, and this is very powerful because I'm not trying to become a deity. I am a deity. I'm just invoking that which is there in me. And this is huge because when you start understanding that all the sanskars of how you are in the soul world or how you are in the deity world are there in you. So your heart is full of the love and harmony that exists in the deity world. Yes, so when you understand these things about yourself, it becomes very easy for you to invoke those qualities and virtues from inside to outside. And Baba says that this is how I change you from a human to a deity by giving you the understanding and then also giving you directions. And Baba gives us many mantras and yantras. Yes, so one big mantra that Baba gives us is Man Mana Bhav. Yes, and the mantra is Man Mana Bhav means connect your mind to me. And Baba says that this mantra you don't have to chant with the mouth, but you have to seat in the awareness of this mantra. So this mantra you have to be, not chant. So Baba says just when you think about yourself as a soul and remember me, this will clean you and overcome all the force of Maya that is there on you. And this mantra also Baba gives, and then Baba gives many yantras also, many yuktis, many methods. So one method is do not see the body but see the soul, see the brother when you're talking to somebody. Or Baba tells us that live in the old world but live like a lotus. Yes, live a life of purity. So even if there is so much impurity around you, you have to be such that with yoga power, the impurity around you doesn't affect you. Yes, so these are the methods through which Baba tells us how we can change from a human to a deity. And then Baba says, how does Ravan changes from a deity to a human? Through these belief systems that, you are a mere body and you are full of vices and God is the Almighty and you're nothing. And then everything that's happening is happening for your bad. So you start believing in these things and then you fall down. And then when you think that impurity is your original nature, or we are not brother souls, we are in different vicious relationships with each other, these belief systems are what pull you down. So this is something that Baba is teaching. Okay, Om Shanti.